You've got all the data in Excel and you're ready to go, except it's all in separate columns and you need it in one column. How the heck do I do that? Luckily, there's an easy way. I'm Tina Pomgren with Excelling Your Business, and I'm your sassy efficiency expert. So let's get to it, and I will show you how you can quickly create a formula that will take your data and put it into one cell. So I've got three different columns here: first name, spouse name, and last name. So what we're going to do is use the insert function. That's this little guy right here, this FX. It can be found right there, and you can click on it and it'll bring up a little formula box, or you can go to formulas and it's also right there. Either way, it's going to bring you to the exact same place. I typically use the one right here because it's quicker. I only have to do one click. So you can type in things like combined text, and this used to bring it up, my formula that I want, but it's not. It's not finding any functions. It gives me this one, but that's not the one I typically use. So the one it wants, and if you don't know what you want to do, you can always Google it. So that's what I did. How do I combine text in Excel? And so here's a couple different ways, but right here is the function I want. It's concatenate. So we're going to go ahead and use that. So I'm going to just type in, so what you can do is type in, so it said join text. So I'm going to type in join text, and there it comes up. So this one joins several text strings, and that's why I use this one. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and this is going to bring up a formula box. It's going to make it very easy for me to formulate my information. So my first text is this one. I want to separate it by a space. So I'm going to put in a double quote, space, double quote. I'm going to go to my next text. Actually, I want to say if this, because typically this is a spouse, I'm going to put an and in a double quote. Then I'm going to put in the spouse's name. Then I'm going to do another space. And in the last one, I'm going to put in the last name and click OK. And then I can just double click this cell right there. It'll bring it all the way down. However, what it did do is I've got a couple of them that don't have a space or a second name. So it put the and in there. And I don't want to do that. So I had quickly created another column. I'm going to unhide that. And I'm going to make my text black because I just hid it all. So in here I used an if with the concatenate. So I said if B3 or B2, whichever one, is empty, then just concatenate the first name and the last name. Otherwise, it's going to concatenate just like I did. So it's concatenate the first name, space, and the second name, space, last name. So that was a quick way to do it. You can see the formula right up here. However, it's hard to understand what B3, A3, C3, they don't make a whole lot of sense. So I'm going to show you another way by using a table in Excel how the formula will actually look. So it's the exact same formula as over here, it's just moved over here. So actually I forgot to do this one. Still have that H2. So I'm going to delete that and I'm going to say this cell. So that's all I changed, and then I'm going to double click that down. Okay, so it didn't change anything except for how to read it. So it's saying if spouse equals blank, and spouse is this column, then it's going to take the first name and just the last name. However, if that spouse is not blank, it's going to take the first name, put in a space and space, the spouse name, another space, and the last name. And that's what I've got right here. So the one that I showed you earlier, the Mary Ann Lorbeck, where down here it has Mary Ann and space Lorbeck. It just has the Mary Ann Lorbeck. The only problem is this information is still formulas. So if you wanted to move this and just copy it somewhere, and I just moved it, it did do it actually, because that was part of the table, because that's looking at the table. So that's why that did that. But typically what you would do instead of that, I'm just going to undo, is you would copy this and you would click here. Whoops, it copied the wrong one, sorry. I could highlight this and copy it, control, well, come on, why is it not doing that? Sorry. Copy it, click over here, and paste special as values. And now you have just the information that you want. So what I'm going to do over here is I want to copy this, and I'm going to show you what happens if I copy this, and I'm going to move it over to the left a little bit, and I'm just going to paste it. Now it pasted the formulas, but because it's looking at blank cells, it looks all blank. And that's why you want to paste special with values, so you get the actual information that's in there. So just be aware of that. So Concatenate takes text strings and puts it together for you. It's an awesome formula that I've used several times, especially trying to take information from one source to another to match it. And a lot of times they have to be exactly the same. One source will have the names spread out, the other will have them combined. So that's where I use that formula. So I love teaching Excel and helping people out. And if it makes sense for you to want to be able to learn how to do other things within Excel and how it can make your business more efficient, I would love to talk with you and go through a business analysis. Just a quick free 15-minute call to see if it would make sense for us to work together and have you learn more about Excel to make your business more efficient. I'm Tina Palmgren, your sassy efficiency expert with Excelling Your Business. Thank you.